Do you guys want to start the fucking podcast? Sure. Really? Sure, Tommy? Also, my mom says, I don't know who was calling me Rai last week, if it was one of you guys or a listener apology, but my mom said she didn't like that. And she was like, that wasn't your nickname. She got mad.
Okay.
What's your nickname?
We don't.
Come on, what is it?
Come on, say it, man.
It was Ryo Go-Go. On account of I was always on the go-go when I was like 3 years old. I was
Wait,
always
Ryan a go-go?
Ryo a go-go.
Your mom was like, I really want him to be an anime. Who would Ryo Go-Go?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I think it's just because like as soon as I could walk, I was always up to something.
Okay.
Ryo a go-go.
Yeah, we can call him that from now on.
Don't ever
we'll
call
you
me that. Please
from
don't
now
call
on.
me that.
Yeah, it's the We Cool podcast.
I'm gonna
We got
kill myself.
Ryo a go-go over here. Ryo call.
Yeah.
Ryo
What was
a
it?
go-go dancer.
What was it? Ryo a homo?
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Riowa City. Yeah, Grant here. Tommy, yep.
I didn't and I'd like the record to
Starting off on a
show.
bad foot, man.
I'd like the
I'm sorry,
record
I just
to show
didn't hear it.
that I did not laugh at Tommy being homophobic.
Okay.
And if this ever resurfaces, that's on Tommy and not on any of us but him.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you for clarifying
Just
that,
wait
dude.
for the pendulum to swing back, Tommy. You're going to be begging us to delete every episode that we've recorded. You're going, please.
And you know what?
Please, now I can't.
$5 per rep, Tommy. Same rate. $5 per rep for me to scrub them.
And you
No,
have to
I
pay
want
me
you to
$5.
put more out there. I don't.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Guys, we're happy to have our guest today, aren't we?
Yeah, we are very happy to have our guest today, aren't we?
Tommy, would you agree? Wouldn't
I
you agree?
I actually am really happy to have our guest today. I didn't know we were gonna have a guest today.
I didn't really know. None of us really knew.
It was
I'm
a
glad-
coin flip. It might show up.
It's Joey Hamburger. It's Joey Hamburger. What's up,
What's up?
Mr. Burger?
How's it going?
The Mad Hatter of the Minneapolis comedy scene.
The lead paint chip of the Minneapolis.
What's up,
No,
Joey?
yeah, this is a pleasant surprise, man.
I know, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, we were at Terminal Bar the other night getting
Getting drunk.
sauced up, and I booked Joey
Nice.
on the podcast.
Drunk.
Yeah,
And
dude.
then the next day, Joey's like, I'm stoked to do the podcast. And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Indeed. The producer brain is in motion. Well, we're happy to have you, man. You're,
Yeah, happy to be
you're
here.
hilarious. What's going on,
You guys,
dude?
you guys had a good comedy weekend. That's what it
Yes.
felt like.
Everybody
through the,
did,
through
yeah.
the group chat.
Yeah, we had some fun this weekend.
It was funny. I was exhausted after last night.
Me
'cause
too.
Going all the way from Thursday. It was really fun.
Yeah, we were together on Thursday too, weren't we?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
you
night
were.
was
I wasn't
Thursday?
here.
We did Sisyphus on Thursday, and then
Nice.
Terminal Bar, and then we went to Acme too.
Yeah, we went and watched
Saw
Dan Soder.
Jeff Asmus and Dan Soder at Acme.
was great.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
How were those shows?
Oh my god, man!
So good.
Yeah, amazing. Of course.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and then Corner Bar all weekend.
Yep.
What'd you guys get up to? Did you have any shows, Tommy?
Yeah, I did the heckle mic thing on Friday. I've been trying to get over this cough, so I haven't been going out a lot. You know, I have this like dumb cough, and you just can't cough. You just can't cough these days anymore.
You don't want to have that look. You don't want to be that like the
You just
coughing guy
can't.
at the hang.
Well, I've been, and I keep getting COVID tests, and so I am negative of COVID. But then I will like show up and then like have a few drinks, and then like start laughing, start coughing, and I'm like, someone like looks at me and it's like, no, I don't have. I just smoke crack cocaine. Actually, I've been smoking crack cocaine. That's why I have a cough.
I'm now laughing about that going to the vault health test thing and like pissing a little in it, like getting the little spitter.
He fills it with piss. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a little cum.
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to pee in these.
Oh,
No.
I pissed in it. Can you test
Yeah.
it? Well, can you test that for?
Just a
you
guy who
test my
brings his own.
piss?
He brings his own piss cup to a COVID test. He's like, "Here's my piss."
He's using fake piss to try to pass the COVID test.
He's getting his nephew. He's like, "Just piss in this cup, man. I
Yeah.
need to go do a show. I can't have COVID." And they're like, "It's not how it works, man."
Yeah, I tested negative for COVID, but I'm pregnant.
That reminded me. I met the mascot of last night.
Oh, really?
He was at the Sean Jordan show.
No way.
And he used to be the Duck from Oregon, and this is like a full career. Did you guys know this?
Oh, yeah.
Does he make good money?
I think so. He's like, it's a full-time job. He's like,
it can't be
salaried.
more than like $80,000 a year. Otherwise, that'd be like
But
just spitting in the
still,
face.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like really
That's
good.
capitalism, dude.
But dude, so he was saying
That's incredible.
just shows how spoiled I
I don't
am.
think I'll ever make even above $40,000 a year
Yeah.
my entire life.
you might
know?
not make that in your entire life. Just
Yeah,
that
I don't think
lump
I'll
sum.
make $80,000 accumulatively in my entire life.
What word did you just say?
Accumulatively?
Did he use it right?
I think so.
Did he say it right?
I think
It doesn't
it's cumulatively.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Cumulatively.
I don't think I'm a cum worth $80,000 in my life. Are you kidding me?
Accumulatively.
That would
No,
be
worse.
No,
That-
accumulatively.
Accumulatively.
Accumulative.
no.
Wait, let me try.
Accumulatively.
Accumulatively.
That was it.
That's what I said. Accumulatively.
Tommy.
Come on, man.
Tommy, let's try and pivot to be a smart guy podcast, okay?
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Dude,
some
I can't,
science.
dude. I think I have dyslexia, bro.
Yes, you do. You for sure do.
Dyslexia.
No. Wouldn't it be cool?
That'd be so funny to be like a sport, like the podcast, be like, yeah, I'm pretty smart. I know a lot about Nazis. I know like everything about Nazis.
Yeah.
I have
a
a
history buff.
history.
I have dyslexia. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't it be cool if you were like a specimen of a dude and you could sell your cum like they sell horse cum?
Oh,
you know?
yeah, 100%.
Like Jason Momoa, you
Yeah.
can buy one of his loads for like $1 million.
Or if you could like, you were like so good you could customize. Be like, oh yeah, like what do you want? Oh yeah, I can bust.
Oh,
that.
I
I could bust that.
You want Chinese? I can do that. I can
bust
do
that.
Chinese. Sure, yeah.
Oh, you want your kid to get in college? Oh yeah, I'll bust that.
Yeah. Well, actually, if I pull this pube, your child will be able to speak Mandarin. Yep.
Anyways, I was gonna say about the mascot is that like there's a whole. He's like, yeah, man, because he was hanging out with me and Sean. He's a fan of Sean's podcast, Sean Jordan, and he's like, I feel like a kinship with you guys as comedians because there's like a full subculture of mascot life. And he was saying, dude, when they have weeks off, all the mascots that do have home games will invite all the mascots with the week off to like party and rage.
That's cool.
Like all
Nice.
weekend long.
Do they
It's
have?
like-
Are there like hacks in the mascot scene?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Dude, and he said
Yes.
they're like mostly like 40-year-old guys with kids and stuff. It's like, and he's like, yeah, I gotta choose if I want this to be my career. He's like 25. He's like, because I don't know if I want to be going in and to my kids' parent teacher conference and be like, yeah, I'm the mascot for the.
Well, I don't think you need to do that. I don't think the teacher's gonna recognize you as the mascot.
It's like, it sounds like he's already ashamed of his career.
Well, so there is a kinship there with comedians
Yeah.
because it's just like, yeah,
No,
man.
shut the fuck up, dude. If society breaks down, the two most important jobs that there will be is stand-up comedian and sports mascot.
I do love too. He's like, I'm gonna have kids, and it's like when I have it, they'll be like, hey, Daddy's got to go do his thing. Good night. And then I'm up like, I'm horny. Oh, I can't.
Can I suck your dick, sir? Let me suck your dick. You know how you know what an ascot is?
Yeah.
That's just a mascot for your neck. All right. Okay. I hosted the mic here on Friday,
Yes, you did.
and Grant might never get a chance to host it again
Yeah,
based
you
on
fucking
how
blew it away.
good of a
Did you
job I
have a great set?
I had a great just mic, like
All around.
all around. I was bringing up people. I was roasting everybody.
He brought me up as Timothy Chalamet, but gay.
And they didn't laugh. They didn't laugh until after his set, and then I was like, I was
Yeah.
right on the money though, right? And they're like, yes, you were. And then there was this lady.
Timothy Chalamet's already like gay too.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything,
Isn't
Joey,
like-
you're like a lot more masculine than Timothy.
He's like famously
Chalamet.
gay.
Yeah. Famously gay. That sounds like a cologne. You know?
Yeah.
Famously gay.
Famously gay by Ryan.
Yeah.
By Ryo
By
Go
Ryan
Go.
Call.
Ryo Go Go.
You're saying it wrong.
Ryo Go-Go.
You both saying it wrong.
Ryo Go Go.
Yeah. But there's this lady near the front row. She's like, I'm like doing my set, and she's like trying to like do something with the guy that she's with, and it's like, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, I'm trying to grab his leg, and I was like, let her grab your leg, dude. What? And then she was like, it's my birthday, and I was like, how old are you? And she was like, I'm 47, and then I didn't mean to like be mean, but I just said, I was like, wow, 47. We can all only hope to live that long. And I don't know. I just demanded that the guy ate her 47-year-old pussy for her birthday, but it was fun. It was a fun.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
He probably did.
And then I got like really drunk here.
Tell him how you introduced Skoda. That was the fucking best.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, I introduced Todd by going, I'll never forget how I met your next comedian. I actually stopped him from sexually assaulting a woman. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Skoda.
I've heard. Haven't you like been pitching that idea as an intro for a while?
Well,
or have
no,
you done
like,
that before?
A couple months ago, Gabe, like I was on the road with Gabe, and after my set, he did something similar, and then I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna steal that when I'm like hosting the mic.
Dude, I've been doing comedy sober this week because I'm trying to like beat this cough, and last week I was doing comedy drinking. And it was way more fun drinking.
Yeah, because you're way looser.
I was better. I was just on the money. This week I've been doing comedy sober, and it's just been fine. Very forgettable. It was a very forgettable comedy week.
It's weird how you can't remember when you're sober, but when you're drunk, you're like, I made some fucking memories.
I had nothing to talk about.
I'm starting to suck this guy's dick.
Threatened.
Yeah, I had a knife. I don't know how I got a knife, but I had a knife on stage, and I was pointing it at the guy, and I demanded that he let me suck his cock.
So much better drinking.
Yeah, and I'm getting over this cough, and next week this is inspiring me to drink and do comedy next weekend, and I'm really excited for that.
I'm excited for you.
You should get a car.
Yeah, I mean, just so you
buy
all,
a
man.
car.
Just get a shot.
You ended the show with like basically imploring the audience to drink and drive home.
Yeah, I told him
you could take a beer to go.
but then you'd have to bring the glass back. You'd have to drunk drive the glass back. But yeah, it's a fun bit, dude, to just close out a mic and tell the audience that this is the only bar in town that you can drink and drive.
Yeah,
we want you to
tell him Sam sent you.
Yeah, tell him. Oh, yeah. And if you get pulled over for drink and drive him, you tell him.
Drink and drive him.
Drinking and driving.
We've been laughing.
I have this. I'm sorry. I have this new coworker who doesn't know me. This is a new guy, and I last shift I was just talking about. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go home and just drink and drive a little bit. Just go home, have a few drinks, get behind the wheel and stuff like that. And then my other coworker was kind of laughing. I mean, I was talking about this for maybe an hour straight, and my other coworker's kind of laughing, and this other guy was like, I think he was like scared or something like that. Like
he's worried for you, yeah.
Yeah, he looked like visibly appalled. He was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, just like getting home, having a few drinks, getting behind the wheel, just fucking driving drunk."
Yeah, just let her rip. Man.
I want to start.
That's the good shit.
I want to start Uber, let him drive, and it's Uber that shows up and hands you the keys, and he's like, "You seem cool." And he hops on the side, and you get to drive the Uber's car.
Yeah.
Insurance on that is $10,000 a month.
Yeah. You're wasted at the bar. You're like, all right, my Uber's here, guys. Go on, just tosses you the keys.
Yeah. Everybody's like, dude, it's cool how Grant's being responsible now. They just see you take the keys from the Uber driver and like, oh, never mind.
Just peel
Actually,
out.
It's weird because
straight into the river.
His car is still here. He could have just drove his car drunk, but for some reason,
He wants to drive this
he's
car.
driving this Pakistani man's car.
It's more of a thrill that way. It's more of a thrill. I don't know what the buttons do. I'm trying to work the windshield wipers and listen to Steely Dan at the same time.
dude.
You're
reeling in the years.
Well, the Uber guy can DJ while you're drunk driving.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not if I'm
Like
driving,
that's his
dude.
job. He's so you're
I
controlling this.
got aux, and I'm texting, driving, and I'm playing a game on my phone.
This is Ryan's thing. Ryan would have a few beers maybe, and he's driving.
I'd be
But
buzzed.
here's the thing: Ryan's DJing, and he's DJing on YouTube. So he's like scrolling like on an album. He's like, wait, no, this good song's at like 16 minutes in, and stuff like that. And I'm like, dude, just get Spotify, man. This is way more dangerous to be scrolling on YouTube.
Doing high-speed scrubbing.
Listen, I
used to drive me down to Rochester.
Oh, you used to be in the Rochester cars?
Yeah.
You got
One
any
time-
stories from there?
Wait, was that Rochester? Eau Claire was when we got like really hammered.
Eau Claire,
yeah.
but remember we go back down to Goonies like before Eau Claire, and we go down and get absolutely hammered. But I'd be like, I'm just getting a ride. I'm not driving. Fucking going this guy.
There needs to be a safe, controlled way to drink and drive.
It's
and
Uber.
I think the Uber thing's a really good idea.
Yeah, that's a good way.
Bubble
Because
cars.
here's the thing: what are we gonna stop?
You're gonna stop drinking?
What are we gonna stop drinking? No,
I come from
no.
a long line of drinkers and drivers. That's my heritage. My birthright is drinking and driving.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna be so funny when we all get a DUI in 1 week, and we're just like, "Yeah, dude, don't drink and drive, man." I know.
I know this is totally against like everything I'm for because like, I walk everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just like I'm for drinking and getting mugged.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah. We're all yucking right now, but I like to walk too. But Joey, I think you could get a DUI while walking. I'll be honest, man.
There's been a couple
Joey's
times
thing-
I could.
Joey's thing is you run, you drink, and then you like run home.
And I just sprint home. Yeah.
Yeah,
You get
told me
drunker
that.
than anyone I've ever seen get drunk.
We
And
were
then you
drinking.
sprint home.
We were drinking together years ago after like a show or something like that, and you're like, dude, you know what I like to do? I just like to Irish goodbye and run home. And I was like, dude, I like doing that stuff too. And you're like, it's the best. And I was like, yeah. You just don't, just leave a venue and just sprint home.
Just run as fast as you
Yeah,
can.
you do have some
That's the
fun
good
stuff like
stuff.
that. You have the party trick when everybody's hanging out and having a good time, and you'll turn to everybody and be like, "What's your worst memory?"
Yeah, what's the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
Didn't you like ruin a bachelorette party or something doing that one time? Was that you? Like when the girls got in a fight?
Oh
about,
fuck yeah! I was outside of a karaoke bar, and I was just
Yeah.
they offered me weed, and I was like, oh, thank you guys, and we're smoking together, and I go, what's like the worst thing that's ever happened to you? And the one girl goes, well, when I was in high school. And she points to her friend. She's like, you made me cry. And like she described like the worst day that ever happened to her in high school. And so they
See,
were
the
all
thing
smoking
is-
weed and got so paranoid about it. And she cried, left. And I was like, what did I start? I was looking for something funny like, oh yeah, one time I like fucking like slipped and like I fell in some dirt and I had to go into like school.
Did you have
is that your worst time? That's
No,
ever
I mean like
happened?
I'm a shit your pants story. That's what I'm looking for.
Joe,
Something
you
like-
you have like Loki trickster vibes, you know, like
Just
the
trying-
Norse
He's kinda the
god of
Joker.
trickery. Yeah.
Yo, Loki, dude's Loki.
Dude, he's low-key the damn Joker movie.
I'm like the Joker if he was white.
I'm like the Joker if he was gay.
Dude, I took my
Joker.
ancestry. I took my ancestry.com. I got the results back. 100% gay. Can you believe it?
Okay.
Yeah. I took my ancestry, 0% aunt. Would you believe
That
it?
sucks, dude.
Full uncle,
I took
no
my
aunt.
uncle's ancestry, and my uncle fucked my ass. What?
That's crazy.
What? Come on.
I took my grandcestry. Positive.
100% grant.
Positive, guys. Full-blown
Full
grant.
grant.
Yeah.
Full-blown grant. I'm
Grant
sorry.
I was
Tree.
wondering that the other day.
Tree.
It's like, do you ever like think about like, do you ever think like, was I ever molested and just blocked it out? Like, do you ever wonder like, did I block out that?
Is this another one
Yeah,
of your party
well, I'm just
tricks?
remembering now.
I go up to people at a bar and I go, do you think you were molested? You just don't remember?
I just remembered right now,
Yeah, that's popped up.
right in this moment.
I just
Can I
want to
tell
say,
you? Pretty good.
Pretty
good. Yeah, I got a.
Can I just say Grant ancestry? That's when Grant fucks himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
you
I
can
say go,
that,
go
dude.
fuck, go. When someone says go fuck yourself, Grant.
Guy who got molested. Yeah, I had a ton of sex growing up.
Yeah, I fucked.
I fucked a ton.
I was a real cockhound.
Yeah, all the fellas wanted to fuck me growing up. Yeah.
When I was a small child.
I was a small
I was
child.
such
but
a
I just,
sexy
a lot of
little
people just
boy.
don't have that sex appeal. I kind of have that sex appeal.
Ever
you
since I
know?
was 7. Ever since I was 7.
Ever since I was 7, I was pure sex. Okay.
Oh, if I looked like this? Always. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just all.
You know what happens to those kids? They become huge pop stars.
Yeah.
They become the greatest
Every single one
pop
of them.
stars.
Every single one of them.
And their names are never forgotten. You know what I was thinking about? How like it seems like the pendulum is swinging back a little bit. Where like 2013, if you called something like gay or something like that, like it would be a huge problem. You know, whereas like now it seems like people are like, well, you know, you probably shouldn't be just judged for like one thing you've said. You know.
Well, I think it's not the pendulum. I think it's more just like I think it's like one, it being like a spectrum and just realizing it's like oh yeah, I'm queer. Like it's just really. I think it's been now just like it's not so much of an insult anymore. It's no longer an insult.
It's good.
It's like a good thing.
But
Yeah.
I guess
it's cool.
I guess in general. So that
was
was bad. I guess what I'm trying to say is like you can push boundaries a little bit now, and like there's an understanding of like like sometimes we're just joking
This
around.
podcast made it cool to be gay.
We
I'll go that
changed the
far.
world.
That's what we cool. It's actually
we
dot
invented being gay.
But just
Invented being gay.
just this idea that you shouldn't be judged for like one thing that you've said. That shouldn't be what you're known for, unless you're
Your
like
N-word tape is coming out next week, and you're trying to get behind it.
unless you're like
You're like, and we all
do it sometime.
Rogan.
all I'm saying is unless you're like an ancient Roman, you shouldn't just be known for one thing that you've ever said. You know, like if hundreds and hundreds of years from now you're still remembered, sure. Then one thing he said, that stood the test
It's
of time.
he's the guy who said that.
Yeah, he's the guy who had that N-word compilation.
The ancient Roman Kramer.
It would be really funny if that was the thing where it was like, oh yeah, Seneca. You mean the guy who said that Filipinos aren't people?
No, dude, you know what's hilarious? I watched Alexander the Great last night. It was an Oliver Stone movie that came out, and there's a scene where Aristotle's just talking about like how much lesser the Chinese are.
Oh, damn.
Well,
Exactly what
that
you just
reminded
came
me.
up with, bro.
Damn.
What the
Did we watch the same movie last night?
It's hilarious. He's just like, just don't.
Well, I was
don't
gonna
even
say-
get me started.
It's like, an archaeologist like discovers some tomb and there's like this ancient writing and it takes years to decipher what it means, and then they're like, what does it say? And he's like, well, it's actually a bunch of ancient slurs, so I can't.
You don't. We shouldn't.
So we're actually just not even going to leak this.
think we're gonna
scrub it from the wall.
I don't want to cancel this Babylonian.
Unfortunately, I'm a
culture.
white man and I discovered this, so I can't print this in a publication.
We have to find an ancient Babylonian to say these slurs, and there's not one around who can speak the
I
language.
feel like
so
it's your doctoral.
No one can ever
like,
mutter
thesis.
these words.
Your doctoral thesis for like 8 years of your life was trying to translate this. You're like, oh shit, this is gonna get me in a lot of trouble.
But I need to because I don't have anything else.
That's what I did.
Yeah, man. It is cultural appropriation, by the way, if you did that.
Oh, did what?
If you translated the...
Oh yeah, man. Well,
Yeah, if you translate ancient.
What
scripture.
about what about cultural misappropriation, where you're like, oh yeah, Mexicans they love the harp, you know?
misappropriation.
Guy who gets it wrong. I like this.
Ignorant racism. Ignorant.
Oh, what I want to know is there a Mr. Appropriation?
Yeah. Well, no, it'd be a guy playing the harp, and then he'd be like, "I love Mexican culture." And you'd be like, "That's not it." He's culturally misappropriating.
You see a guy playing the harp, and you burst in the doors and you go, "No! Only Mexican people can play the harp."
Oh, can I tell you my sketch that I thought of the other night?
No.
So,
Say no.
come on,
Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it.
Grant.
Say no.
I gotta go with Ryan on this one.
Joey, what do you think?
Joey
should-
is the
I'm gonna give him a
tiebreaker.
big fat no.
All right, sorry, listeners.
All right, no.
Maybe-
Let's hear your little skit that you
All
did.
right.
Tom or Joey is a playwright, so he'll be able to punch this up
All
in
right,
real
Joey.
time.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna play
if-
wrong.
Classic.
God, I hated how much I like that.
You take a word, you do the
flip it.
opposite of it, and you say
Yeah.
it, and that's comedy, baby.
That is your thing because Tommy, before you do this, you know how Ryan was
Before you
saying
tell us your dumb little sketch.
Also, this isn't a sketch. It's a 4-second video.
he
It's
goes
really-
defund the police. I'm saying refund the police. So he's going around town doing this
Refund the
joke.
police, because if that's what I would have known you guys are doing with my tax money, I want it back. You know, I
Give
wouldn't
me
have
my
given
money back, yeah.
Give me my tax money back.
Yeah. So then,
But I call out the hypocrisy.
But I start thinking about, I'm always just kind of thinking about Ryan's bits, just ruminating on them.
I'm your comedic hero. I'm your Richard Pryor.
Yeah. And I have a framed black and white photo of you above my desk.
You have that picture of me.
It's
the Johnny Cash.
But then
It's Ryan in blackface. Just
he's this other bit. horse dewormer. I think I took horse rewormer. My asshole itches way more, or something like that, right?
Yeah, my ass is twice as itchy after I took that. Anybody?
I'm just starting to sense a formula here in the writing.
Dude, I'm literally a retarded person. Okay, I'm never gonna have a bit where it's like, wow, that really changed the way I thought about the world.
Person. How about a detarded person?
Okay, that really smart guy.
I'm smart now.
Yeah, I got up syndrome, dog.
See, dude, you already have the tag.
Yeah.
It's like a person from like the East Coast. Like they just sound like they're about to do a retort. I'm retorted.
Well, dude,
I'm a retorter.
Here's the thing: is I've like Pavlovian style trained my brain where anytime someone says something, if I think of the opposite of it, my mouth starts watering.
This is how Ryan writes a joke.
Yeah.
He thinks of anything, just any phrase, and he goes, "What if it was opposite day today?"
Yeah, the secret to comedy is just say the opposite of what people are talking about.
Let's explore.
Every day is opposite day in Ryan's world.
Let's explore the opposite of whatever this means. Huh?
I'm not wearing pants. This is a dress.
Yeah.
What if a man wore a dress? Could you imagine? Could you imagine what would happen to the world if a single man put a dress on?
That's such a great bit, dude.
It is. You can sell it. You can sell it.
I can sell anything,
You're
dude.
getting chuckles on Cadence alone. Yeah. Okay, Tommy. Tell your
so-
little.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure
now
it's
it's kinda
great.
past.
I'm sure it's so funny, Tommy. I'm sure it's not
It's
the
pretty-
opposite of anything.
It's pretty bad. All right, so it's like I get like in my room I gotta buy like some bisexual lighting, you know. So we get some blues, a little purple, some light, some neons. You know, y'all know the deal. Y'all seen Euphoria. And I walk into my room and it's like when you walk into your room and there's bisexual lighting, and I walk in and I go, no, I'm not that. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn the lights off. No.
Can't do it. The blue
And then it's
warm.
just you under like a fluorescent tube light.
No, but then
That's,
my
like,
room
flickering.
gets gay. It keeps getting gayer, and I go, what the hell? There's like a poster of like a hot guy. It's like Timothy Chalamet in the back, and I'm like, no.
You're holding a dildo and it's got shit on the end. Yeah, you're like, no.
I dildos in both hands, and I'm like, Kale, what's going on?
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, that's when you.
And then you know how it ends?
That feeling when you walk in your room,
Tommy,
and there's
Tommy,
bisexual lighting.
you know how the sketch ends? You
How?
turn around, and this whole time you've been wearing a yarmulke.
Now that is opposite.
Now that's the opposite of gay. Jewish. Jewish is literally the opposite of bisexual life.
It's the Sixth Sense, but instead of Bruce Willis being dead the whole time, he was alive and just Jewish.
I see Jewish people.
The sugar. Just walking around. The child is just so fucking afraid of Jewish people. Yeah.
Oh my dear
man.
Lord.
Yeah.
Well, you're listening to the damn podcast.
By the way,
welcome to the show.
That's not a movie. That was just Grant's childhood. Just walking around terrified of Jewish.
No, there were no Jewish people where I grew up. That's
And I made sure of that. I'm Grant Winkles, and I approve this message.
no, there really weren't. I think it was college before I met my first Jew. Honestly,
Nice, man.
The first Jewish person.
is it? Yeah, no.
I
Yeah,
feel like
that's what I
the
meant.
way you said it, though, felt.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm the one who have said. I'm the one who have said. Bad.
I am the one who have said.
I'm the one who knocks. Or am I?
Sometimes I just open the door. What was I going to say?
Come on,
Don't know.
man. Come
Don't
on,
know.
dude. You can do this. You can do this. Just
I have
go-
I have like kind of an apology to demand or something to complain about.
Dude, you want a scriptology with me?
It's about my annoying boss. If you guys wanna, he said something that really made me mad, and I don't know why it made me so mad, but I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts.
He called you a
or
bitch.
if I'm just being
yeah, I don't know why it made me so mad.
yeah, and I'm like, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah,
think
like,
it's cool
what do you
that
guys
my
get
boss-
just as pissed?
He's talking about me because I'm his boss on the podcast.
And me too. He's
Yeah,
talking about
he's
both
talking
me
about
and
both.
Grant.
I've talked about this guy before. He's like, again, new age libertarian guy, like
That's
very
Grant?
very into crypto,
Could
very
be
rich, and just very obnoxious, you know. But so one of the cooks are. Sorry. Okay.
Sorry, I've been getting really into cryptocurrency recently. I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but it popped in my head, and I was like, "Yeah, you gotta say it, man." Bliptocurrencies. You want to buy some bliptocurrency?
Some Blipcoin?
It's blood. It's blood money. It's like blood. The blood gang, you know, because they can't say C's. Some bliptocurrency.
Did I tell you about that? It's like Bloods versus Crips in a spelling bee.
I think
And they're really having trouble.
Well, they keep getting words they can't spell.
Well, it's just against, you know, it's against their code.
Their moral
code, if you're,
code.
or if, you know.
Dude, it is so funny to have a moral code where it's like, oh, I don't say that letter.
I don't think it's a moral code.
What is it?
Okay, don't use it.
It's Crip
Too
with the-
close to C.
Oh,
Sorry.
look at all those
sound.
look at those rangaroos.
I saw
That sounds.
rangaroos.
All right.
I saw a tweet that got me like way back, you know, in early 2020, where it was like bloods be like COVID-19, you know. But okay, so my boss, whatever, libertarian, crypto, rich guy, sucks.
Elon Musk. Yeah.
His like religion is like Joe Rogan, like literally talks about Rogan all that. It's very obnoxious.
How's he holding up? How's he holding up with the controversy?
He I don't even.
Probably doesn't give a shit at all. Yeah.
No, he like does. He's
likes
like,
it. Really?
Does he like him
He
more
like-
now?
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
Yes, 100%.
He's like, I say
And-
the N-word.
Now I
He's
can.
like, Tommy, you say the answer.
Dude,
That's what he called
also,
Tommy.
His wife is a black woman. There might be people from work who listen to this podcast, so but whatever. I might quit soon, so who cares? He's married to a black woman, and then there's this one woman who works at the bathhouse was wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt, and he was like interrogating her on her shirt.
Oh my god.
And he was doing like an all lives matter. He's just like the worst guy. He was doing he was literally doing don't all lives matter. And this is like
Tommy-
a woman who's making $15 an hour just going like, yeah, who is black, just going like, just leave me the fuck alone, dude.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus
Just
Christ.
take it in.
Well, the problem is he
Anyways.
had an argument with his wife the night before, and so he
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
taking it
He's
out.
taking it out.
Also, Tommy, I'm
He's
glad.
remembering what he wanted to say.
I'm glad.
But this is like, yeah,
also,
this guy
I'm glad.
sucks, man.
I'm glad you had a story to follow up with, like, yeah, and he has a black wife. I'm glad you didn't
But
just
he's
stop
like,
there.
I'm saying he's like a
Hates his
racist
boss.
guy. He's like a racist, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I might.
What do you say to you though? What do you say to you? that
Okay,
pissed you
so
off?
this is what really just like got on my nerves. Is that this like, so one of the cooks, it's, you know, before lunch service, so there's like breakfast out, and it's just eggs and, you know, a side salad, and like me and like the bartender were just eating a salad, and he's like he's one of those guys who's like meat. All I eat is meat, and he's not even like an alpha. He's just like
He's a Sigma.
it's just so like. It's like so masculine that it just makes you upset, you know? And like, I eat meat, but just don't be like, oh, I love meat so much. It's like, shut up.
I
Like,
love meat so much, I'll suck your dick
I'll
right now.
suck your
man.
dick.
Don't
It's
talk
like,
to me
well-
unless I've had my bacon, you know.
But you know, like
Put
those
bacon on
guys who are just like
everything, man.
weird about meat, like they like meat so much, they're just like
That's their
weird.
personality. Yeah.
That's one of his personality
Oh,
traits.
identify as a
And-
carnivore.
And we're eating this salad, and he's coming in with that energy, and we're just like tired, and we're like, okay, and you know, he's like, ugh, gross salad or whatever, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? And he goes,
yucky.
and he
Things
says,
that are healthy.
and he
yucky salad.
and he says this fact. He goes, you know, 80% of plants on Earth are not edible, but 100% of animals are. And I'm just like, cool. I'm like, what are you saying? Are you saying vegetables are bad? Because it's not true.
Also,
What's
of
your
that
take
100
here?
of those animals, only like maybe 10% I actually want to eat.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
force
you know?
them. You should force them to eat like
Yeah,
a
go- okay.
rodent. You bring them like a fucking rodent.
Go eat a
Bring 'em a
squirrel.
bat.
Go
Yeah,
eat a
bring-
squirrel.
yeah,
Bring 'em a
eat
damn
Yeah, and it's
bat,
also
dude.
just like, oh, look at like big galaxy brain over here. Found out you can't eat bark on trees. Like, what do
You know that as he was walking up to you two, his brain was just vibrating in his head, just
vibrate like with that fact. He just loved
Yeah.
that fact. And then I was like, and then I don't know what I was like. It made me so mad. And then when he was like hanging around, I just went up to him and I was just like, hey, you know, 99% of the water on Earth is not drinkable, so water's bad between you and me. And he's like, that's not what I was saying at all. And I'm like, yeah, dude, that's a fact though. Water sucks. Hey, you know, also every planet's inhabitable. Planets are bad, you know? This is your logic. I don't know.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
were
you
just-
really fucking got
Yeah,
him, dude.
yeah.
Also, Tommy, I got to be honest. I don't know if I agree with the logic you're using.
Well, yeah, but his thing is just like, oh, 80% of plants are bad, so vegetables are bad. And I'm just like, shut up. I hate this guy.
No, but you're doing the right thing because you have to attack a man like that with logic and strategy, of course, Tommy.
Exactly,
So you
it's
need
important.
you need to mentally spar with this man.
I've always hated people who feel the need to like comment on what other people are eating. It's
Yeah,
like,
who
always
gives
like
a
the
shit?
worst
Even-
personality.
Yeah,
trait.
exactly. And like a lot of my coworkers, like so many of my coworkers are like vegan, and he's just like mean to them about it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, just
It's
let
like,
people.
dude, come on. It's actually their job to be mean to you about it. You know?
Yeah.
You don't get to be mean to them about
This
it.
is such an archaic word to throw at somebody, but it is funny to be like, yeah, like I'm gonna be a meathead, like because that was like an '80s like diss and
Yeah.
stuff. But like, yeah, I'm gonna be a fucking.
That's
I'm
kind of
gonna
the
be a meathead.
that's like probably the worst thing about the Joe Rogan culture is that they're stuck in the time that he became popular.
Totally,
They're like
totally.
Everything they do is like 2007
Spike TV.
Yeah, it's Spike TV. It's American Pie. It's like they haven't
Well,
evolved.
he thinks he's like an ancient warrior for eating a steak. Like literally,
lives
that's
in
what he thinks in
Manhattan.
it. And he
owns a
lives in
fucking
Manhattan.
Boathouse, bathhouse.
Anyways, that's like a little
Boathouse,
pet peeve.
boathouse.
Maybe a like.
No, this guy sucks,
Yeah,
man.
he sucks.
And, Tommy, you know what? You should kill him.
I should kill him and eat him.
They should bring that back where it's like, okay, if you work for someone and they suck and you kill that guy,
You become the boss.
Yeah,
you're
you're
the
the
boss,
boss now,
you
yeah.
get his house and
and his wife
and his
black
wife.
wife.
No,
Tommy's like, I got a black
she
wife
gets to
now.
decide. She
Okay.
gets to decide.
No, you're right. That's how we have evolved.
She
past
makes
the
a
Rogan
call. She makes the
listeners.
call. But you do get all.
Tommy makes a joke sometimes. And he's like, "It's okay. I killed a guy. Now I have a black wife." It's
Also,
okay.
if you work with me and you're listening to this podcast, keep your mouth shut.
yeah, keep your
okay?
fucking
This-
mouth shut.
Hey, if
Keep
you
your
listen to
fucking
this-
mouth
if
shut.
you listen to this
I don't want
podcast
to
and you-
delete anything because I know some of my coworkers might listen to this podcast. Don't even talk to me about this conversation. I don't want to talk
Because
about it at work.
here's the thing. Ryan and I are coming to New York soon, and if we have to come in there, and slap some vegans around, we
No.
will.
No.
Okay.
That's not. What?
No, we're
No,
not.
no.
We're not
We're not
slapping
gonna
the.
slap
We
any
like the
vegans.
vegans.
Nope.
I'm gonna fucking slap some meat.
Grant.
Grant heard this
is
story
dying
and just
to
thought,
beat
cool
the shit
guy.
out of
over
her.
here.
I'm
vegan.
prepping with the carnivore diet, and I'm gonna go in there and just make a scene. I'm gonna get Tommy fired.
I'm a Darnivore.
Dang it.
Darwinivore.
Yeah, Darwinivore. I only eat things that are
stupid.
already about to go extinct.
Yeah.
I'm a Darmnivore. Greg and Darmnivore. Was that a show? Dharma and Greg.
Dharma and Greg,
Damn
yeah,
it,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That was an overlooked show. I feel.
Was it?
Who was on that? Was that Paul
I don't-
Reiser?
Don't remember.
I'm a SARS-nivore. I only eat SARS, 2 different versions of SARS,
Yeah. I'm a
anything
Paul.
evolving.
I'm a Paul Blarnivore. And I only consume that movie.
Let's go.
I'm only a Bruno Marsivore. Okay, I love his
Hell yeah,
music.
dude.
I respect him a lot.
What else?
I'm
What
a
else?
barnivore. I'm a fucking alcoholic.
There we go.
That's that one hits a little bit too
Too
close.
deep.
to
That
me.
is
Do you
too
guys
deep.
have any grievances, apologies?
Well, Joey, what you got,
anything
man?
to
I
air?
do got one. I was gonna throw
What
this
is
up.
what is the stinky man I have to apologize for?
I had a
Joey
funny
and I-
interaction.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go fucking.
I was just gonna say we have this bit where anytime I see Joey, I call him a stinky piece of
Stinky
shit.
Fucking
Yeah.
piece of fucking.
That's how we greet each other. Is we call each other
stinky
stinky.
fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit like you're stepping on my territory with this, man.
No, I
Yeah,
spread.
Grant's
I'm
the
the
stink-
stink. I'm the stink.
You
bug.
can spread that
Grant.
stench
He's the stinky
around.
man.
You,
Where my little stink bugs at?
Grant,
What's up, guys?
the
who's
stink
stinky
bug.
tonight in here? Who smells like shit?
Who wants to smell me?
Yeah. I smell like garlic. Fuck you.
Yeah, and then Grant drinks some water and spits it out in the air so it looks,
Droplets galore.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sorry, Jay, go ahead.
No, I was down in
Droplets galore.
Hawaii with and we were visiting some friends down there, and it was his birthday weekend, and he took us to reggae concert, and I'm not really into reggae.
I'm into Ray Straight.
You're into Ray Straight. Yeah, I love Ray Straight.
Go opposite, man.
Hell yeah. That's always good. Yeah.
I think we really
Opposite
did
day.
crack
Yeah,
Ryan's
that's
writing
good.
secret.
Yeah, Ray Straight.
Listen, folks, anybody can do it, and for $20 you can buy my book that will.
It is funny how bro
Which is-
reggae is. Though.
Yeah.
It's it's such a bro like of a music and stuff. But we went inside. The band was Revolution. Is that reggae?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah, it's bringing me back to the whole thing. But we went to the band was Revolution.
I'm familiar.
You're
I'm
familiar with
familiar.
Revolution
Oh, yeah.
in front of that?
They do this song.
Is this Revolution?
Yes.
No, we went down there and it was good. It was funny. The funniest thing at a reggae concert of like a bro band is the ASL interpreter who has to talk about smoking weed the whole time because
He just keeps doing this.
Just making.
No way.
Yeah,
that is
100%.
so funny.
I got a little video of it because I basically what happens. We got there like an hour after it. Like I never want to go to a concert on time because there's no point. You just walk it. You're gonna watch an opening band. You just show up.
Yeah.
I only need an hour concert,
Yeah.
especially a reggae. But I took acid, so it was like a good concert. Like reggae.
So it felt like 12 hours anyways.
like real right.
They're like, do you guys notice how everything tastes like metal right now? It's weird. It's weird. This concert's weird.
Just chewing on a seat.
I'm feeling real reggae. Yeah, but it was good. But we went in and we got in so late that they'd closed the bar lines. And we ran in. I met my friends. We're meeting friends, which is always an interesting experience when you got to meet friends.
Worlds collide.
and you're on
Worlds-
acid.
And you're on. Well, I mean, I'm a cool guy. Though, so, but I had
Also,
my
when they
shirt
close
tucked
the
in.
bar in a situation like that, immediately in my mind, I'm like, this place it sucks. Like, we gotta-
so bad.
That's what we did at the
Fucking-
NFL game. Yeah.
Someone needs to nuke this concert right
It
now.
sucks
And
so
I'm
much.
leaving.
Yeah, it's like, oh, now it's reggae music and no beer.
Yeah,
and then the
Yeah.
guy I met a friend, and he seemed like a really cool guy, but he really wanted a beer. And so I left with the intention to get us both beers.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'll get us beer. And so I went down to another line and I did the classic full eye contact and smile at the person who's getting the next drink. Because then it'd just be like, and I was just like, hey, whatever you get, give me 2 beers, I'll Venmo you double. Like, just like, I can't get in
Did you
line.
know that person?
No, I just made a good little eye contact with some lady. Gave her a little what
Oh
up,
shit,
and then,
that's
and I
really
was just like,
smooth.
Turn on the hamburger charm.
turn on the hamburger charm.
Dude,
yeah, a little,
hey, if you don't know Joey, he's got a charm.
Gotcha.
I'll say it.
Even when
He's
he's
got a
high
he's
on
got a
acid.
charm.
Yeah,
in
even when
him.
I'm high out of my mind, I still can be very
Look,
charming.
look,
He doesn't do the thing-
Kid's got bags under his eyes and nice hair. It's it's.
I could be robbing you. Like, you're gonna
Wouldn't
go
even
sneak
know.
in and steal your
Yeah.
furniture.
Like,
or,
I think I want to kiss this man.
yeah, this guy's cool.
For Joey, every weekend's vampire weekend. Okay, that's sort of
Hell yeah, dude, I did
that's
just
sort of
get,
his vibe.
I did just get the coolest fucking vampire glasses, but I don't think
Joey
I got-
is going to be playing the Batman in 20 years.
Yeah.
No, he's good, dude. They'll get him as a Joker, man.
Yeah.
You think so?
Robert Pattinson.
Joey's
is a
gonna
slippery
write
slope.
and direct. Joey's gonna write and direct the next great Batman.
Batman movie.
It's going to be hilarious.
We're gonna make Batman non-binary. It's
Hell
gonna
yeah,
be
dude.
great. It's gonna be Bat them. Oh yeah, but I got these glasses because I'm allergic to the sun, so I got these down there because they cover all portions of my eyes. So it does look like
Nice,
I'm a little
dude.
vampire
Okay,
boy.
nice.
But no,
They
so
look great.
I got the beers. But the bartender people got wise to what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so a security came around. They're like, well, okay, people can only get 1 drink at a time because they were trying to close it down. So the girl, she's still cool, still hooked me up, gave me the beer because I had offered
wow.
it to her and Venmoed her. And I went back totally forgetting about my original mission. So I get back
With
and
one beer?
With one beer, and I went on a mission for 2. And I went back and I drank this beer, and then I saw everyone.
If I know one thing about this guy that you just met, it's that he really wants a beer.
He wanted a
that's the
fucking
one thing
beer.
we
Defining
know,
quality
yes.
of this guy.
That's a great
100%.
point,
Yeah.
Grant.
Yeah, but that's it. It's
That
only
is-
one thing we know.
To us.
Joey walking
That
back
is-
with those fucking
Grant.
glasses on, just like this much of a beer left. He's like, what? Oh, it's great meeting you.
Oh no!
Damn, this
Hey man, in my defense, I'm on acid right now.
I'm a cool guy.
This makes me want to drink a beer, man. I got a
Dude,
beer
go
in my
get
fridge.
a damn beer, Tommy.
All right, wait. Pause the story. I want to drink a beer while we're talking
I
about
might
beer.
pee real quick while Tommy go gets a
All
beer.
right,
Is
we'll
that
take a
okay?
Okay,
break.
We'll take a little
okay.
break.
We're gonna put a pin on this story.
All right.
No,
All right, you're gonna
no,
need to
'cause
cut
we're-
that, though.
Now we're starting.
I
Okay.
will give you $5, and you need to cut that out.
Guys, we are resuming the podcast.
In
we all got a
3,
beer.
2,
No more 9/11 accents.
No.
1.
We are resuming the podcast and resuming Joey's beer story.
got
We all got a
beers.
beer.
We all got beers.
I hope
Look,
you
damn, dude, we need beers.
Joey was supposed to get us beers, and
I only got myself a beer.
Yeah, I hope you yourself at home, or if you're listening to this while driving, I hope you got a beer as well.
Hope you have a beer right
Dude,
now.
it's gonna be awesome when this podcast is over and I'm just drunk at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Like, I gotta do laundry now.
There's no difference from this than a football Sunday, man.
I don't watch football usually. I know it. I know what's gonna happen.
this is the
already.
big event,
It's the
man.
big event, yeah.
Big event of the season.
All right, so Joey, you come back with one beer.
Came back with one beer, and so I'm holding my one beer and I'm drinking it. And all of a sudden I realized I'm going to be a nice guy. And so I realized everyone must be thirsty because they all smoked a joint. So I passed the beer to my buddy Chris. And so I passed it to him, gets passed to other people. Everyone's just chugging from this beer.
Yeah.
But then it's like getting very small. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting my beer back.
Yeah,
I
want.
And so I drank it, and then we started smoking another joint, and we were handing it around, and I handed it to this friend who never got a sip of my beer. He didn't get. We passed
The
around
original guy who
The
wanted
original
the
guy
beer.
wanted a beer. So not only did I come back,
How
with
did he miss this? How did he
didn't
miss
miss
this beer
it.
rotation?
It just missed him out because I grabbed it back. So not only did I not come back with a beer for
So
him,
wait, it was
I
about-
gave a beer to everyone else but him
It
to
was
drink
about-
from.
It was about to be handed to him, and then Joey realized it was low and was like, "No, actually,
That's back
actually,
for
I
me.
need this."
So we get
Yeah.
a joint going after I finish the beer, and I'm all my whole mouth's been taken care of. So I'm smoking the weed. And
You're
so
getting triple crossfaded.
I'm getting all sorts of.
Yeah, you
Dude,
gotta
you're
get
off
your
the
mouth-
damn beer, acid, and weed right now?
Yeah, dude,
Jesus
it was a fucking reggae concert, man.
Were you smoking some darts this night too?
No
blasting
darts.
ciggies?
I had no darts down in Hawaii. That was
Okay.
one. That was one. I mean, cigs and cold go so well together. I feel like I smoke way more cigs when it's cold.
I agree.
Oh
Versus-
yeah, dude. That's why I got a cough, man. Because like I'll have a few, because it's been like 60 degrees in New York, and it'll get like 55 at night. And I like one night, I had a few drinks, had a great set, and I just like there's this like Chinese woman who comes around to the bars in the East Village and sells you cigarettes, you know. And I just bought
Oh,
a
yeah, I
pack
know.
from her and ripped
Oh,
like
we know that,
7.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking about the
it's-
Chinese
Oh, you talking
woman?
about Chinese women who sell cigarettes in New York? Oh, yeah, we know.
We've all.
Oh, we all
They did
know
a
that.
Seinfeld episode about that.
yeah.
I had sex with her
Yeah, I'm pretty
in
New York.
exchange for one cigarette.
Lucy.
Sex
Do
with
not
Lucy.
do not talk about Denise. That's my wife. I love her.
But I hand the joint over to this guy, and he goes, "No, I'm good." And when I'm high on acid and drunk, I take everything personally. And of course. So
So you start getting aggressive with this guy.
I do.
You're like, what do you mean you don't want the
No,
weed?
I hold everything internally. I have beef with like fucking everybody because I hold it in. I never mention it. And I just take it in and go, that person's vibe was
That's
off.
why we had beef
We
for a
had
while,
beef.
and I didn't even know.
He had no idea.
Yeah.
But he was just
Yeah.
cold. And so I was like, damn, why is that guy
And
cold?
we have beef currently, Joey, but we'll settle it years from now when I figure it
When you
out.
figure out what to be. But so I went home later that night and I was talking to my friend Chris, who's his friend, and I'm like, yeah, he seemed like really cold. Like I just can't figure out why he was so cold to me.
Like an ice cold beer.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
as cold
yeah,
as
he's
a,
so cold. If I couldn't
as a
figure,
crispy fresh as that crispy fresh
Yeah,
lager
totally,
I drank down.
totally oblivious.
delicious
Totally
del-
oblivious to how
His
asshole-ish I
mood
was.
reminded me of that delicious
Yeah.
delicious beer.
I had. And then the next day when I ran into him again, because we were all met up, because it was like a birthday weekend, we went on a sailboat. The first thing the guy says to me, I'm talking about like, hey man, that was pretty fun last night. He goes, yeah man, I just wanted a beer so bad. That's the first thing he said to me. And it clicks in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I went to get us 2 beers and did not get him a beer ever, and it stuck with him.
This is so close to being, and I think you should leave sketch. Where it's just like, I just wanted a beer so bad.
So bad.
Yeah.
Joey is played by Tim Heidecker. That's fucking excellent.
But so I told
man.
my friend, I was like, I don't think he's cold, dude. I think he's just a really sincere person. And like, it was totally, he just wanted a beer the night before. No,
because
no
here's
reason
the
to
thing.
start beef.
Okay, if this guy
Like, a
wants
lot
a
of
beer
times-
that bad, he should be figuring out his own beer. I gotta say that. Go, Tommy. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I do agree with you, Grant. But also, like, a festival is like, I mean, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for myself. But, like, for me, it's not enjoyable to be, like, standing on grass in, like, a circle in the open. There's a lot of people around. I'm an anxious guy. So I'm, like, in that situation, I'm like, I need a damn beer now.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? I need a beer stat.
And also, it's fun to have side quests to go get a beer. you
100%.
know?
That's when I
Yeah.
saw the ASL interpreter, and I had a great time.
You level up.
that is still so funny. That I can't. That's
quick,
a bit, I think.
real
right?
quick.
So I
Something
want to
in
do
that.
an ASL interpreter where I'm talking one of my sketches about sucking cock, where like they're like up on stage, being like, "Oh, I was sucking cock," and have an ASL.
Joey,
interpreter.
that'd be so good because like if you're not familiar with Joey's comedy, you do like a lot of you do like your stand up. But you have like I don't know what the right word is. You have like these weird little like artsy things that are going around on like the side of like your stand up.
Joey
that
was
are just
stood
like,
on every table in the front row, I think.
at the
Yeah.
mic on
I was
Friday.
definitely
My-
right
my
it
around
becomes
around.
like really interactive comedy in like a lot of ways.
Real quick,
I
but
like
yeah,
when you say
if you
you're
brought
gonna make a last meal out of a man's cock in the
yeah,
crowd.
they're gonna put me down. My last meal's gonna be this guy's cock.
Yeah.
Real quick,
But yeah,
little taste.
that's brilliant, Joey. If you brought an interpreter to your set, like
good.
around, like if you filmed yourself and did like a bunch of shows,
I'll
and
do
you
it.
like hired an interpreter,
I'll do it, Joey.
you know.
I don't know sign language, but I'll do it.
Hell yeah. You should do it.
Real quick, hey, squash the beef. How about potato the vegetables?
Opposite, dude.
It's time
I'm
we
not saying anything.
it's time we potato the vegetable, Grant.
Yeah, I think it is.
Let's potato the vegetable.
We did that on last week's episode.
Then you cut it.
Yeah.
Good.
Now our beef is
And you
growing
cut it.
anew.
Now the vegetable is
Now we
grown.
have to cultivate a whole new beef. Yeah, we will. We will. Joey, we were talking beef the other night.
We were
weren't
talking beef.
We actually had that conversation where I was like, "Do we have any beef, Joey?"
we ran through it, but we didn't have any beef.
We didn't have any
We,
beef.
but sometimes no beef
we
can.
checked the database.
We checked the debates, but sometimes no beef though you can wonder is there beef and you don't know about
Sometimes
it. So you
no
gotta
beef
check.
turns into the worst kind of beef. Pork.
Me and Grant have impossible beef.
yeah, exactly. Beyond beef.
Beyond beef.
Y'all are doing the Impossible Whopper beef.
Yeah, we
Come
are.
on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. I've had like comics come up to me and they're like, "Yeah, I thought you hated me," and I'm like, "No, I."
I get that
I
so
love
much
you. I
because
love you.
I'm high all the time, and so it's just like I'll talk to you for a second and then walk away, and then I'm just oblivious, and people will be like, "I thought you don't like."
I've
me."
had the
Well,
opposite
I
of
thought
that.
I
I've
thought
had,
that was weird. When I started out in comedy, I thought comics were really like they didn't like me, but
Yeah.
I just figured out how to hang out with comics, and
Yeah.
they're just
I've
they're
had-
just weird.
I've had-
like
don't
Henry
meet-
Fugit. Henry Fugit's like one of my good friends, one of my best friends. I love
Not what
talking
he
to him.
told me. I was like talking to him on the phone.
I thought he hated me when I started out comedy because he would just like say something and he would just be like, yeah, maybe he did. I don't know. But he would just like walk away and I'd be like, what's this guy's
Yeah,
deal?
just realizing people are all in their own heads. It's just like
Yeah,
let them be in
exactly.
their head.
I have the opposite of that, where no one's ever come up to me and been like, "Oh, I thought you hated me." I've had other comics be like, "I thought you liked me, man." I'm like, "No, dude, I just you just
hated
laughed
you,
at what I
yeah.
said in the green room, and
that felt good at that
That
moment.
made me feel powerful. So I still don't like you. I think you're horrifically unfunny, and if I could sacrifice anybody, it would be you.
If we're talking human sacrifices, you're at the top of my list, buddy. Yeah. That's,
Cumin sacrifice. What's a cumin?
I had a decent set at this mic, and
it was a hymen sacrifice. You know what I'm saying, girl?
I'm booked on
gonna
the
kill
show on
myself.
Friday. Which if you're listening to this on Thursday, if you live in New York, I have 2 shows on Friday. So Maybe make it out to one of those. But I got booked on the show. These people DM me this like show account. They're like, yeah, I want to do a show. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Yes. I have nothing going on for me in this city. I would love to do your show. And then the guy, I didn't know the guy who booked it, but then he saw me at a mic. He's like, yeah, you had a good set, man. I'm glad you're funny. I didn't know if you were funny or not. And I was like, yeah, why'd you book me? And he's just like, I don't know. And I'm like,
well, we needed. We actually needed. We were checking a box. We needed another straight white man on our show.
I was like, why'd you book me then? And then like someone else came into the conversation. He didn't even really give me an answer. I was like, this guy just like ran.
He's like, I thought you were trans. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I thought you were a lesbian
you're
woman.
You're not booked. Consider yourself unbooked.
Turns out you're not trans. You're just into trains. You know what I'm saying? This guy might be autistic.
There's a booker who books. He's from New York, but he lives down. But he books out of a different state.
Oh, I know this guy. I think we all know who this is.
I gotta tell this story though. He hit me up to do a show. He goes, I get a message. I'm on my couch at 10 o'clock at night, so you know where my state of mind is. I'm not there. I'm not there.
New York state of mind.
New York state of mind.
Illmatic.
It's like 10 p.m., 10, 11 p.m. I'm just sitting on my couch. I get a message from somebody that says, you free March 4th. And I look at my calendar and I'm like, I'm going to a wedding in Florida that date. So I'm like, no, I'm going to be in Florida, man. And I get a message back, what part of Florida? And I'm like, all parts of Florida are bad, but I'll be in Sarasota. And then I get a message back. I actually live in Florida and I love it here. The whole time I thought I was messaging Seth from the Crane. You know the Crane, the guy who runs the Crane, Seth? Yeah. Nicest guy. They have the same fucking profile picture type looking thing. So I'm getting this message and I'm thinking I'm talking to Seth. So I write back, oh, of course you do, you hillbilly. And I just get a response back, okay. And I'm like, that's weird. Why'd Seth get offended by that? And I look down and I realize it's not Seth from the Crane. It's this booker. I'm like, oh, man, I really pissed this guy off. And it's also just funny because, like, Florida fucking sucks. Yeah. But it's good.
Yeah,
but then
I'm going to Cocoa Beach with my girlfriend, and there's this comedy club there. And I'm like her grandparents are like, you should go to the but it's like one of those like weird, it's like in this beach town in Florida, and it's like the most fucked up comedy club you could ever imagine. And I'm like, yeah, I'm staying away from that when I'm on vacation.
100%.
Like,
also, I can't go close to the sun. Like, that's why I had to get these glasses, is my eyes swell up. Like, when the closer I get to the equator, the more allergies I get. So Florida is just a no-go zone.
Something weird about doing comedy, too, and then stepping out, and it's 8 p.m., and the sun's still high in the sky, and it's like
surfing.
80 degrees, and you're like,
sweaty.
This feels fucked up.
Feels
you know what
so
I mean?
weird. I need the cold.
It's better when you step out of a club and it's cold.
100%.
And, I don't know.
It's quiet. That's so Minnesotan of us, though, to say. That's such a Minnesota thing.
You're missing out on the chance to, girlfriends love it when you decide to do a set in the middle of your vacation.
Yeah. They fucking.
I'm in Puerto Rico.
I'm gonna go do an open mic on our long weekend in Portland.
Do you mind if I go to this variety?
I got a network, babe.
Do you mind if I go to this variety open mic where I have to follow a slam poet who's doing only Spanish?
And I'm gonna show up at 2 a.m. and I'm gonna be fucking hammered.
Yeah, I'm getting drunk at it without you.
And I'll show back up.
So I'm not paying for my half of the Airbnb that night because I'm gonna wander the streets.
Yes. And I will be home at 4 a.m.
Or I might not. And don't ask questions about it.
And I'm going to be loud if I do come home.
When I come home, I'm going to knock everything over on my way through the door.
But then we'll have a great day the next day.
I'll owe you so much.
I'll make you breakfast.
I'll owe you a really good time for the next vacation.
I'll be so mindful.
Babe, I'll be so present next time.
Babe, I'm going to throw my phone into the ocean on our next vacation.
Joke's on you. I lost it last night.
At the open
That's
mic.
why I couldn't text you.
Fucking listen to me.
You punch a wall.
Well, that makes me... That sure makes me miss my ex-girlfriend.
I'm super stoked to go on vacation, go surf in Florida, and then go to a bar and grill at noon and get a couple mojitos in me, and then just get into a fight at that bar and grill. You know what I mean?
Just fighting a logo.
Just really get into that outdoor bar and grill. Joey, you had really good ones.
I don't think you ever actually apologized to the beer man. So let's Duff Man.
Oh, I didn't need to apologize to him.
Yes, you do, Joe.
Yes,
you do.
Hey, yes. You'll never listen to this. You probably will never remember me, but you're a very cool guy, and I'm sorry.
What was his full name?
Didn't get you a drink of my beer.
What was his full
name?
name, Joey?
You know what? I don't know his full name. I only know his first name.
That's part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the problem. That's why I'm not cool.
Okay, so if you want to submit or demand your own anonymous apology, go to grantwinklescomedy.com/WeCoolPodcast. Here we go. I would like to demand an apology from a friend of a friend whose car I accidentally hit while attempting to parallel park in uptown Minneapolis. A friend of a friend. This is
This is the theme
thematically
today.
linked.
Today is friend of friends.
I left a small crack about 3 inches. That's kind of a big crack.
It's big crack.
So this
That's
person's
a-
driving
that's
a
crash.
friend's car.
No, they hit a friend's car.
Oh, they hit a friend's friend.
Drunk driving, of course,
Yeah,
which
we're
is
very
also
on-
the theme.
In the front bumper of her 2004 Honda Accord, a 3-inch crack. Cosmetic damage, nothing more. Yeah.
What's this crack? The size of my penis?
What's this crack? The size of Tommy's penis?
What's this crack? The
3
size of me
inches.
touching Tommy's penis with my penis?
What's this crack?
What's this
The
crack?
Size of
All
me
of our
filming
penises
Joey
combined?
touching. Okay. Yes. It says here, yes, it is. She wasn't there at the time.
It did say in parentheses the size of Tommy's
It said all
penis.
of that in
Yeah.
parentheses.
Yeah.
She wasn't there at the time, so I thought about not telling her, but decided in the end that being honest about it was the right thing to do.
Wrong.
Yeah,
Wrong
you
move.
could have gotten
You
away
could have
with
totally
this for
gotten away
sure.
with it. They've been mad at a stranger.
Yeah,
Have
Yeah,
you
this is
never
a friend of a
seen
friend.
Curb Your
You-
Enthusiasm?
yeah.
This is a friend of a friend. You don't owe him nothing. You,
owe
don't even owe him a
fucking
beer.
nothing. Yeah,
You
drink
should've-
your beer while you're
Yeah,
driving.
drink your beer and
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
I mean, we've established you don't have to get a friend of a beer. You can hit their car. Friend of a friends don't matter.
No matter how bad they want that beer, no matter how much of a monolith of your knowledge of this person that is, it's the only thing.
Their only
in
character
fact,
trait.
yes, is their
Yeah,
desire
let's
for
find
beer.
out who this guy is. Start a GoFundMe to get him a 6-pack.
That would blow his
No,
fucking
one
mind,
beer.
dude.
be
Start a
so tight.
GoFundMe to get him one cold beer
One
and
cold
send it to him in the
beer, yeah.
mail.
That I wish it
And
was
then
like
from the We Cool podcast.
I wish it was like 2014 because then that would raise like $300,000 going viral on
Buying
Reddit.
someone
Like,
a beer, yeah.
but
Yeah, we need to get our a friend of a friend a cold beer.
yeah, that'll be a Patreon exclusive.
By this man whose identity we don't know, a 6-pack.
I'm making this story up so I can get people to buy me beer.
This is
For $200,000, you can buy this guy we don't know a
beer.
6-pack.
for the cost
Yeah.
of one cup of coffee a day. You could buy this homeless man in Hawaii a beer.
he
Okay.
does live in a tiny home. I'm not knocking.
Roasted.
I'm not knocking his home.
Got
He
your
does. He
ass.
does live in a tiny home.
Now we know 2 things about him.
Kill this man.
She wasn't there at the time, so I thought I'm not telling her. Decided, okay, to be honest, she informed me that she wanted to get the crack fixed and asked if I wanted to pay for it through insurance. Going through insurance would have been more costly in the end, so I suggested I pay for the damage out of pocket, suspecting it would cost nothing more than a few $100s. She agreed to this arrangement. I asked if I could get quotes from a. What's going on? Oh my god.
The best part of you reading an apology is me flipping Tommy off and Tommy showing me his nipples.
Guys, take this seriously, man. This is one of our listeners.
Tommy hasn't been listening
We
at all.
respect our listeners.
Tommy, what did Grant just say? In the
So
apology.
this person it thinks paying them a few $100s will cover the damage, and apparently that's not the case.
I got 3 different quotes ranging from $425 to $600. When I informed her of this, she told me that she ended up going to the Honda dealership to get it repaired anyways, and that the cost to replace her front bumper was now $800. Okay, that is fucked. In the end, I agreed to pay $600, but I'm still miffed that she did not honor our deal to let me find a place that would do it for nearly half the price. All that being said, I would like to raise a couple questions for you all. If you noticed a small crack on the front bumper of your 18-year-old car, would you go out of your way to get it replaced? No. Fuck no. Never.
Absolutely not.
I would have scammed you. This is what I would have done. I would have said, yeah, $400 will take care of it. Pocket the $400.
Would've taken the
Live
money.
with the crack.
Yeah.
Yes.
With the crack.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And then you're still winning in that situation. We both win.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to spend that much money. Also, fucking don't. What are you, a weirdo trying to get your bumper cracked?
Exactly.
You have
What's
a
a
fucked up
crack?
car.
What's a
You're driving a
crack?
hoopty around. You're gonna get. What's a crack?
What's
the
a
size of my
crack? I've been
penis?
walking around
What's
with
it gonna do?
Is that the size of Tommy's penis?
What's a crack? What's a crack? I've
What's
been
a
walking
crack?
around with one in my butt for 28 years.
It's
Come
that crack.
on.
Come on.
Mold
Yeah, you're-
my ass into one thing.
Yo,
Fix it, the crack.
Ryan, I didn't know if you know this, but your butt is cracked, bro. You got a cracked butt, dude.
There's like that old joke when you were a
So
kid.
my ass shut. Let me poop out of my eyes.
For too long, my people have been shitting out of their asses. But with a new medical procedure that costs $400. Low cost. We will no longer be shitting out of our butts.
I went to the Honda dealership and they sealed my asshole shut.
They welded my ass shut.
And it only
hey,
cost $800.
Yeah, I got a
Y'all
question.
do surgeries here?
I got a question. Why did you weld my asshole shut?
Now how am I supposed to get pegged? Wait, can I say this?
Question number 2.
Can I say this phrase real quick that's been making me laugh?
Yeah.
I'm gay.
Okay, hilarious.
Hilarious. Joey, side note, hilarious.
This is one of the most clever things you could say in that moment. I've been thinking about, like, I don't know how to set it up, but just I'll just say it. They got a cheese eating robot at the county fair this year. I've just been walking around
what?
I've been walking around my apartment just saying they got a cheese eating robot at the county fair this year, and it's making me laugh. Really.
Very funny use of robotics.
Like I'm imagining
nibbles down.
Like-
That's what they say.
like the Rice Lake County Fair in Wisconsin, and it's just a woman who's old and amazed by this. Did
Why
you
is
hear
that
they got
so
a cheese
funny?
eating robot at the county fair? I wanted to tweet that, but I was like, if I just tweet they got a cheese eating robot at the county fair this year, it's gonna bomb.
Still,
There's
no, that's still funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
you need the context that you provided, which is
Well,
I
then-
don't know how to say this, so I just will say it.
And then I was coming up with a backstory where they find out later they're like, yeah, it turns out it wasn't even a robot. It was just a little boy in a suit.
It
He
was
threw
just
up-
a guy.
He threw up all over the goat pen.
Do you know what we should do,
Yeah.
you guys? We should all get in the same nursing home together and podcast like this every day.
Oh, what
I
if we
feel like
all
that's
went
where we really-
senile together?
We all go senile together. I feel like that's where this podcast really takes off, is when we get into the nursing home and we let Ryan's 80-year-old deteriorating brain just really go
Really
off.
ride, yeah.
You know?
Take me off the ADHD medication, which made me think clearer for the first time in my life.
he immediately started having dementia.
Damn, dude, I'm gonna go senile so bad they're gonna call it Senile River.
Senile? What about renile, man? Okay.
Yeah, what about that?
All right.
What about penile? I went penile, dog.
All right, dude. Yeah, just got to toss him up there.
My man's went penile.
Okay, what's this other
The second question.
part of this question?
Let
What
him
is
get-
the
let him
worst?
get to it.
What is the worst damage that has been done to your car? Did you get it fixed? How did you fix it? How much did it cost? Big fan of the podcast. Thank you for writing in.
Yeah, thank you for writing
What's the
in. I
worst
really
thing that
like
ever
this.
happened to your car? Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
got
that's
molested.
a new party trick for
That's
you.
a new party trick. Well, yeah, what's the worst thing that ever
One
happened to your
time
car?
I was driving and I got rear-ended by a kid. I was leaving high school, the parking lot in high school, and this dude in like a big fucking his parents won the lottery, so he was like a rich kid, and he had this huge fucking like Dodge Ram truck, and I had one of those Mercury or a Ford Taurus with like the bubble like station wagon, like those super ugly cars. You remember?
Yeah.
They were very bean shaped, and he took out the end of it, the back end, completely wrecked it, and he was like, "My dad owns a body shop, so we can do the work." And I was just like, I looked him right in the eye, I didn't like this kid, and I was just like, "No, we're going. I'm raking you over the coals." Like, I scammed him. You know, scammed him. The family, your parents win the lottery. Guess what? I'm scamming you, buddy.
You never hear
That's
about
what you
those
get.
kids whose parents lost the lottery.
Yeah.
You know,
You
they
never
lost
hear about those
everything.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I ever told.
Wait,
Sorry.
will you tell us?
Well, I think I might have told this on like either the first episode,
Do you think Tommy told
or
us?
or we maybe might have cut it out when we were like still kind of figuring out how we were gonna record this podcast. And I think we never released this, but like I did crash my mom's car summer 2020 you know, and like I was like on the phone.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, I was like on the phone with unemployment. So it was like I'm on the phone with unemployment all day, and
Just driving around.
No. So I'm on the phone.
No, you don't understand. I don't have a job, and no one will hire me because I look like this.
Listen to me.
Can I send you a
Because
picture
I'm a
of
fucking
me?
idiot.
Can I send you a picture of the way I look? I look 7 years old.
I'm driving right now.
I've been pulled over 14 times since we've been on the phone.
I'm getting pulled over right now.
Oh, fuck.
So I had like
I'm
a
gonna go
tough
for his gun.
time. I had a tough time getting unemployment summer 2020.
I think I can do it. I'm white.
And I was on the phone with them for like all day, you know, for 4 hours. I'm just on hold, you know, and the music's playing. So I have like an AirPod in. I'm just like waiting to get. Because like once you get on the phone with like a person who works for the unemployment agency, they'll just give you unemployment. They don't give a fuck. They just have, at the time, they just had tens of thousands of people calling and they just couldn't get to everybody. So I'm waiting to get on the phone with them, and in the meantime, I'm running errands for my mom. So I'm driving her car around, and there's like a bunch of things in the back, and I finally so I'm at a red light. I'm on Lyndale and 54th. And the employment guy finally picks up and he goes, and my phone's like in the cup holder, and he's like, this is like Minnesota unemployment, blah, blah, blah. And I get so startled because I've been listening to the music for so long. So I reach for the phone, but I cut my hand on a box on something that I picked up for my mom because they were also selling the house at the time. So I was essentially fixing the house because my parents were getting a divorce. And, so I cut off my hand, I cut my finger on a box, and I'm bleeding, and I'm like on the phone with unemployment, and I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. Sorry, 1 sec. And I'm reaching in the glove department to get a napkin, and I take my foot off the brake, and I then crash into the guy who's waiting at the red light ahead of me. So I lightly hit his bumper. I kind of like take out his bumper a little bit. I'm like, oh fuck!
I lightly hit his bumper and kind of take it out a little bit, like
well, like it was
take
going
out the
really
bumper
slow,
completely.
but a car's so heavy, like even if it's going really slow, it just kind of just demolishes that bumper. And so I put the car.
You're the dumbest person.
That was exchange information. Yeah, 1 second. I'm on the phone.
Yeah,
with
sorry,
unemployment.
Listen to me. Let me finish the story. So I put the car in park. The unemployment, the guy just like hangs up because I'm like too discombobulated over the phone, and the guy hangs up. I put the phone in put the car in park, get out of the car, and I'm bleeding out of my hand, and I'm just like, I'm really sorry, man. I just was on the phone. I cut my hand. I'm sorry I hit you. And then the guy, he's out of the car, and he's like, hey, don't worry about it. I got daughters in high school. And I was just like, and I'm just like, yes, high school. I am in. Yes, high school is tight. I like math class.
I am a high school daughter.
Yes, I am a high school daughter.
That's crazy because my parents have a daughter in high school, and it's me.
I'm not a 25-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Not
If
just
he said that, he was like, I got a daughter in high school. Like, I didn't fuck him. I didn't fuck
Yeah, I got daughters in high school. Well, guess what? I fucked them both, dude. So, like,
Well, guess what? I just saw Superbad, and I'm gonna go fuck your daughters.
What's their Snapchat?
yeah, but he's like,
watch
don't worry about
Euphoria?
it. Yeah. What? Yeah, don't worry about it. I watch Euphoria.
I get it, man.
I get it. I
Hey,
get what
by the
high
way,
school's all
you
about.
should ground your daughters.
Yeah, dude, all those kids should be getting grounded, man. I know.
Bring back grounding your children. Put them in the dirt. Put your children in the dirt.
So did you incur any damage on your vehicle, Tommy?
Not in your
A little
mom's
bit.
vehicle.
Yeah, a little bit. I had to pay. Well, that's one of the reasons I had to work all summer because I had to pay like $600 to get that fucking thing fixed. So
Damn.
that was a.
Tommy was making
that's why
$2
I
an
was doing-
hour.
Yeah, that's why I was
Had to
doing
work
so much
all
construction.
summer. Yeah.
And he never got that unemployment.
And
It's
thank God, though,
unfortunate.
for 1 week of work in New York, you could fix that bumper.
Tommy,
Oh my God!
Tommy
I gotta
got
get
bum
paid more in New York.
employment.
The interesting thing about unemployment is I was trying to like make a bit or something out of this is that like it's a good thing you don't have a job because you have to spend 8 hours to get your unemployment.
Yeah.
You have to wait up like I
Yeah.
can't be walking around having a job trying to sign up for unemployment.
That's
man.
why
That's
I
really
got-
funny, Grant.
That's why I got.
Thank you,
That's a
Tommy.
good.
Thank
That's
you.
a really
Thank
good
you.
premise.
That's why I got
Yeah.
gun employment, dude.
Give me your fucking money, bitch.
Yeah.
anyways,
I one time during it was New Year's Eve, and I dropped my friend off. This was also in high school, and he had a really long, narrow driveway. And I always thought it was fun to like go really fast in reverse down the driveway and then whip my car around like in the where it opened up.
It was like a roundabout.
Yeah, it was like a roundabout, and his was like one arm off of it. So I'm like doing that, you know.
Yeah,
It's like 12:30.
cool drive.
It's like
You're
it's
being
like
a piece of shit.
yeah, it's like 2 a.m. on New Year's Day, and I fucking go off the driveway and roll over the neighbor's electrical box, cut the power to their entire house, dude. And I had to like go. His parents were having a New Year's party, so I had to drive back up and be like, "Hey, hey, see that house next to you? Like your only neighbor?"
hey, this is
Something
weird,
happened.
but yeah, I don't know how this happened, but their lights went out as I was backing up.
And I wanted to let you
It
know.
was crazy, bro. There was no damage on my car at all, but I saw like a tower of sparks like shooting out behind me as I went over this thing. And then I go get his dad. His dad's wasted. It's New Year's Eve. And he's just out there like kicking snow in the fucking like live full.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm out
I
there.
don't know. It seems fine.
I gotta put it
It's
out.
just like an open fucking like manhole thing. And
Yeah.
he's just
Anyways,
like,
I'm gonna hop back
doesn't
into
look-
my car, and the wheels are off of it, by the way. But that's unrelated.
Yeah, he's just out there like fucking kicking it, being like, "Oh yeah, that doesn't look. Guess we're gonna have to get someone out here." And then I just went home, you know. And I was a fucking stupid
Did you know-
17-year-old.
I've never been in
Actually,
a
I probably just turned 8. That was like the first thing I did when I turned 18. I think because that's my birthday is New Year's Eve.
I've never been in a car accident. I've been in a lot of car on purposes though.
I think that's a good place to end it.
That is a good place. Yeah.
By the way, don't think this viewer. Are
think
they
they-
asking for an
No,
apology?
they're
or are they
demanding an
one?
apology.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
They should because
That's shitty.
listen,
Shitty
girl, your friend sounds like a bitch. Your friend's friend sounds like a bitch, and hit me up. Hit me up.
Both of them.
Yeah, whichever
Both
one
y'all hit
works.
me up.
Whichever one. Either or, whichever one makes you feel better. Was this personally?
It shouldn't be $800.
No.
Well, I guess they have to replace the whole thing.
Yeah, they have to replace everything.
But here's how I know that like the person was doing what I did to the lottery winners is that they were like, they don't give a fuck about you spending this money. Why would you go to the dealership?
Never go to the
That's
dealership.
the most expensive. Like, of course they're gonna charge you the most. So
Yeah, they're like, what's the most money I can get from you? You know, and then whatever. I bet this person won't even fix it.
yeah, maybe not.
Oh, here's the thing. Follow up. If you see this person again in 2 months, whatever it may be, and they don't have that crack fixed,
no,
kill
they
them.
went. They already went and did it. That's
they already went and did
fucking
it.
low.
That's weird.
It's to like say you can go get a quote and then just go and get it fixed.
and I got my oil changed.
yeah, this person sucks.
Try and stop me.
Stop it.
That really sucks. I'm actually really sorry, this listener, that you hit this person's car and they're a piece of shit, kind of.
And you're
so.
telling me the crack was just the size of Tommy's penis.
Tommy's
It's
penis.
like that seems.
It's a tiny crack.
I've been ignoring.
It's a tiny-
Tommy's
The size of my penis.
It's
I've
one
been
of the-
ignoring Tommy's
That's my
penis for
penis.
the
years.
smallest,
It's a little crack.
the smallest and hardest crack she'll ever feel. It's Tommy's penis.
Tommy, you got a cracked penis? Do you have a crack in your penis? Is there a crack on the tip of it?
Yeah, no crack in my butt, crack in my penis.
Weird. dude.
I don't have a crack in my penis. I have a cocaine in my penis.
There you go.
Because I'm wealthy. Because I'm a little better than crack.
I snort coke with my penis.
Hoovering it up. You're doing a gummy in your
Ow, why do
penis.
I do this?
Oh my God! There's got to be a better way, but no one's ever showed me.
I'm into drugs.
So you're like in the bathroom of a party with a guy. You just take your dick out, put it right on the fucking
On the mirror.
on the coke.
Dude,
You're
I'm
like, this is good.
I'm gonna be
You
honest.
know,
I'm
how
gonna be
sometimes
honest.
people, they'll take a little Coke bag and they'll like gum it on their teeth and they're like, yeah, it's pretty good. You take it and then you just put a little bit in your asshole on your dick and you're like,
You're like, this
yeah,
is
that's-
bad.
that's
This
good
burns
shit
my
right there.
asshole.
Yeah, you go. If you're doing a major drug deal, it's like, you want it taste? Hell yeah.
stick a finger right up your fucking asshole. asshole.
All right.
We did it.
Damn, bro, you gonna get his piece from that.
Instead of herpes.
His piece.
Opposite.
Ooh, I got his piece.
Opposites.
I got to be honest. I wish now that my mom's retired, she wouldn't listen to the podcast anymore. Because the last couple weeks I've been talking wild, Grant.
Talking a little shit, dude.
Yeah, there's gonna be so many things that I listen back to on this episode, and I'm just like,
Just don't listen.
I might
don't
not.
Don't listen, dude. That's not
Hey,
your
that
problem.
goes to our
That's the
listeners,
listener's
too.
problem.
That's a listener's
I'm the
problem.
lone warrior walking through the desolated landscape of this podcast, just being punished by all the things that we say.
Is there anything I could say to redeem myself?
Just think about it.
Say the opposite of what you would say.
Hey, everybody. This has been the Damn We Cool podcast for Grant,
good so
Tommy,
far.
and Joey Hamburger, who you should check out if you ever see him on a show. He's not nearly as flam.
Go
He is
follow Joey
flamboyant.
and
just say nice things.
Go
dude.
follow Joey and look out for he not only stand up but plays. Do you have an album out too?
I'm still working on the edit of it.
Still
but,
working on it.
yeah,
He's gonna have an
working on the
album
edit.
coming out
I
soon.
got a short film coming out. Check out the films.
Yeah, where should people?
Yeah.
Instagram.
He's a
or
man.
what?
JoeyHammer.com.
He's an arts man.
He's
arts
he's
man.
awesome.
Joey,
You-
have you ever thought about doing a long film?
No, I only want to do films the size of Tommy's
okay.
penis.
what is this
Nice.
film the
Penis.
size of Tommy's penis?
What is this?
I'm a great 3-minute filmer. Yeah.
All right, well, this has been the podcast. I hope
I'm doing a set at the Who Up live podcast with Bitch Respecter on
When?
Friday night. So if you're listening to this tomorrow night, come out to Who Up live.
Dude, I'm probably going to
Tomorrow
come out
night
to
I
and
have two
demand a
shows.
set.
I'm doing 2 shows. I'm doing Rachel McCartney's show in Brooklyn and then another show in Brooklyn. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Follow us on Instagram. Yeah, well, I'll put it in post.
No, I'm doing it now.
Thanks, dude.
You don't need to.
Okay, you got any shows, Joey?
I think so, but I can't remember.
Well, Joey's on
More
acid
than-
right now. Well,
I didn't come prepared.
Nah, you probably don't have any shows.
Probably got no show.
let's just say I got to get out of here. I've got a date.
Laundry?
I've got a date with, let's say, a woman doctor, if you know what I mean. A doctor who.
And by that you mean a man because a woman can't be a doctor.
That is what I meant. Yeah, I have to go get my my penis measured. They want to measure it to make sure that it's not too small.
I have to go get a penis extension.
They want to make sure my penis isn't too small.
I'm paying $10,000
Okay.
for the experimental surgery.
All right, gang. Hey, fuck you. This has been the We Cool podcast. Why don't you do yourself a favor and kiss my ass?
No, follow the show
Do that.
on Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah.
subscribe on Spotify.
I'm unplugging the mic, folks. Goodbye.
Peace.